YouTube, my name is Tyler with the Dividend Star King. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm talking about the two best things I did with my money. Right, the two best things I did with my active paycheck. I work a 9 to 5 like everybody else do. I get a paycheck, and I of course pay the bills. Right, pay car insurance, pay the cell phone, have a budget for groceries, pay for my son's private school, pay for gas, pay light bill, whatever, right? Got a little budget for clothes. All these things that you must do. I mean, you cannot pay a power bill. You cannot put gas in the car. You cannot just not pay a cell phone bill. These things will be here till the day you die. But after I pay those things, the two best things I did with my money, personally, was there's three best things I did with my money. Okay. Number one, I did not listen. Now, first of all, I'm not getting financial advice. I'm not. I'm not a financial advisor. This is what I did. The three best things I did with my money was not to listen to everybody online. The mainstream thing that I see on YouTube, on internet, is pay off all your debt, then invest. That's the number one thing I hear. I see videos online that said, should you invest or should you pay off your house? Or should you invest or pay off your debt? It's either or. And I'm totally against that. So that's the one thing I did. The best thing I did with my money was to invest. Start a brokerage account with debt. Well, I didn't use it to buy the stocks. I said I had a car note and mortgage and credit card debt, and I still invested in the stock market. Why? Because here's the thing about these people who say you should not invest until you pay off all your debt and have an emergency account. You're missing, that might take 3-4 years. It might take a few years, like say 2 years to pay off all your debt, which is fast, right? Now you got to save money. Now you got to save, what, $5,000? That's a lot of money to save. Now, while you're saving money, if anything pops up, you got to pull from your savings and pretty much build it back up again. One thing about a savings that sucks is you pull out a couple grand, you gotta bring that all back up, right? And also, while you're not investing, right, you're missing when the market is down. Right now, I'm down, right? All my accounts are down. This is the perfect time to get in. But if I'm just taking all my money and paying off debt and savings, I'm going to miss this. I'm going to miss it. People miss Tesla when it was $40 or $50. People missed it. A lot of people missed it. People missed Bitcoin was $10,000. Now, if you just did a little bit, if you paid some of your debt and invested some, you'd be in a better spot than the person who didn't do it at all. In my personal opinion. In my opinion. I've had card debt, a credit card debt, and I still invested. Now I'm at $4,000 to $6,000. Last month I made $3,000 dividends. Why? How I do it? Because when I got my paycheck, I paid my bills, and I invested first. I paid my credit card, but I paid a minimum, maybe a little bit over. My car, my car note was like $350 a month. I sent them maybe $400 or $375. I threw $120 into the investment. That's backwards. I might invest $50. That's backwards where they say you shouldn't do that. You should pay out your debt first. Well, my car's paid off now. I still got credit card debt. And right now, my wife and I, we're actively paying down the house. We're paying down the house actively. Together, we're sending $100 a week towards the principal. Now we're paying off debt. We're paying off the house because I still got a credit card. Both cards paid off, right? But now I'm focused on paying down the house, but I'm still investing. I'm still investing. Now they'll say, don't do that. I do it. We got a set number that we put on the principal of the house, and I got a set number that I put on the credit card, right? Now, if I need some money, I don't have to dig into my savings account. I can get my dividends. This $659, I could pull that and use it for myself. I could pull it if I need to use it. I don't have to go dig into my savings account. Then I got to rebuild my savings account. The two best things I did with my money was to pay down debt and invest. That's it. Saving is not even there. That's the two best things you could do. That's what I did. Because you could pay down debt, a credit card, a mortgage, a car note. If you could pay it down as fast as you can and keep paying and paying it off, now not only you freed up that money you was paying, but now you make a passive income. Now, I'm talking about my dividend investors. I ain't talking about buy growth. I'm talking about my dividend investors. We know you ask the dividend investor today, what is their biggest regret? Their biggest regret. What's the biggest regret you have before you invest? I guarantee you, 9 out of 10 would tell you, I wish I would have started sooner. That's the biggest regret. What's the biggest, if you have an older person who invests in dividends and they have one piece of advice to tell somebody, they'll probably tell them, start as soon as you can. Start as soon as you can. That's the biggest regret. It's not paying off debt. It's not saving for an emergency fund. Their thing is, I wish I would have started sooner. And I'm the same way. I started investing when I was last 5 years. Well, I was 33. Imagine if I started at 24. It just did $20 a week. Imagine how much money I have today in my brokerage account. Imagine my Roth IRA right now if I started with $20 every week or $10 every week. Even if there's a little bit of money, that little bit adds up. But these people online say, don't do that. Don't invest. Pay all of your debts. Pay your debts off first. And then they don't know that investing changes your behavior. Paying up debt don't change your behavior. It does. But when you start seeing a dividend pay you $200, when you start seeing this in your brokerage account, when you see that 288, and you're like, damn man, if I get this thing to like $500 a week, that'd be awesome. Man, I get thing to $1,000 a week. When you start seeing that hit your pocket every week and you want more, you will change your behavior. Trust me. You will buy less things. You're not going to keep blowing your money in the casino. You're not going to do it because you see you get passive income and you want more of it. That's the thing about investing in a brokerage account. Okay, I'll put it this way. It should change your behavior. I'm not saying it will. Everyone's different, but this should change your behavior on investing. This should change your behavior. 100%. This should change your behavior. This should. I don't see why it wouldn't. This should change your behavior. It should. When I see 288, man, I'm trying to get $300 a week on UOTY. I'm trying to get $300 a week. That's what, 369. That's $1,200 a month. I'm trying to get that. So I'm not trying to buy the BS. I'm not sitting trying to buy. If I go to work, it can be small things. If I go to work with a cafeteria, I'm spending $15 on lunch. I said, shoot, I could buy 2 shares of UOTY for that money. I might well pack me a bologna and ham and cheese sandwich and save that money for the week, and I could dump $50 to UOTY. Because again, it's money outside your job. Your mind will change. Your mind will shift to a different way of doing your money. Then you can still spend money. You can still buy things that you want every once in a while. I'm not even saying that. But the small things like going to a cafeteria at work and blowing $15, you buy breakfast at the cafeteria for $10 and then spend another $15 at lunch on Monday. And then you go do it again. That's what $25, and then you do it again on Wednesday. That's $50. Damn, it's $50 you spent. If you had ate at home or packed a lunch, you could have saved $50 and put $50 in UOTY and pay every week. Your mind will start to change and shift. So that's why the two best things I did was pay down debt and invest. Because the investing changed my mindset. Investing will Okay, investing should change your mindset. It should change where you see money. Okay, because now you want to build your passive income to surpass your 2 paychecks a month. That's your goal. If you make $3 grand a month from your full-time job, you need to make $3 grand a month in dividends. That way, if you lose your job, your lifestyle won't change. Then you have to pay tax on that money. Yes, you got to pay tax on that money, and you use some of your dividends you receive, you put to the side for taxes. But in in the real world, if you're making $3,000 a month in your brokerage account and you lose your job, okay, I got money coming in to keep me afloat for a while until I find something else. I'm not totally out back. It will change your mindset. I think I'll do a video about that, the mindset change of investing. But this is the 2 best things I did was pay off debt, that I could have more money and invest. Now we're paying down the house and paying it down, paying it down, paying it down, paying it down to where, hey, we're trying to pay this thing off here soon. And guess what? I can use my dividends to have me pay it if I choose to. There's $600, $59. I can throw all that to the principal of the house. Plus, my wife sends money and I send money. Just imagine that. Imagine having a third person giving you money. You work your paycheck, your wife and spouse has her paycheck, and you got a third person with you with another paycheck. They can put it whatever you want to put it in. That's the 2 best things I did. My name is Tyler Davis King. Thanks for watching.